What the fuck did we just see? What the actual fuck did we fucking see? Oh my god. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Holy fucking shit. I'm losing my mind. Guys, I'm tripping. I am tripping out like there's no tomorrow. Oh my god. I was hoping that SummerSlam would end differently, but the way it ended, holy shit. Oh my god. We're going to get to that a little later on in the video, but today's video, I've got the results for SummerSlam, and if you guys enjoy this video and you guys want more pay-per-view and result videos in the foreseeable future, you guys know how it works. It's every single month. You guys know what's up. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram, links are down below. Fan mail, y'all know what's up, the address is down below. And let's get straight into it with the kickoff show as Big E went up against Baron Corbin. This was a match that was announced earlier today on social media, or I guess rather on the SummerSlam kickoff show. And this was all because of the fact that Baron Corbin took the Money in the Bank briefcase from Big E, not last night on SmackDown, but last Friday on SmackDown. Crazy matchup, but in the end, Big E defeated Baron Corbin with the big ending to pick up the victory, and yes, the briefcase is back where it belongs, in the hands of Big E. The night of that was just the kickoff show. The main card, the main card kicked off with RK Bro challenging AJ Styles and Omos for the Raw Tag Team titles. This was a very interesting one because RK Bro had some form of success during the era of the Thunderdome, right after WrestleMania. I can't speak. Right after WrestleMania, and when Randy Orton took some time off, Riddle did not stop believing. Yet RK Bro was back, and the closing moments of the match. Randy Orton hits an RKO onto AJ Styles and picked up the victory to win the Raw Tag Team titles for the team. The funny thing is that when it comes to Randy Orton and tag teams, they don't mix so well. Evolution, Legacy, The Authority, Rated RKO, the Wyatt family, it doesn't end so well for his teammates. But this one might it might work out. It might work out. RK Bro are the new Raw Tag Team Champions. Big shout outs to them. Congrats on their victory. Next up, we have another match. Actually, we have a match that was announced yesterday on WWE socials. It is Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie. Crazy. Yes, Eva Marie. Not much to say about this matchup except the fact that Doudrop did absolutely nothing. So Alexa Bliss hit Eva Marie with a wicked, no pun intended, DDT to pick up the victory. And Doudrop took the microphone and said, the loser of the match is Eva Marie, embarrassing the living hell out of Eva Marie. Big shout outs to Bliss for a well-deserved victory, I might add. Speaking of well-deserved victories, we move on to the United States Championship. Damian Priest versus Sheamus. Hard-hitting matchup. I can tell you this right now. That match, hard-hitting. And I emphasize the two words, hard-hitting, because Sheamus used his face mask, his brace, to hit Damian Priest with a DDT, not a DDT, with a headbutt, but not even that would stop Damian Priest from hitting Sheamus with the Reckoning to win the United States Championship. This is his first title ever in WWE prior to NXT. Prior to NXT, this is his first major singles title in WWE. Yes, he did win the NXT North American title, but some people believe that NXT is not a part of WWE. Some people may say that, but I completely disagree. NXT is WWE. I'm just saying. But Damian Priest, well deserved victory. This was something that he needed to win because if you guys remember, he debuted on the main roster as a full-time main roster competitor, if you will, at the Royal Rumble, in the men's Royal Rumble match, helping out Bad Bunny, which led to both Priest and Bad Bunny having their match against Miz and Morrison. Crazy enough. So, Priest picked up the victory over Sheamus, now the new United States Champion. Excuse me. Next up, we have the SmackDown Tag Team titles defended as the Usos defended against the Mysterios. This was back and forth match. Closing moments of the match, Usos hit Rey Mysterio, or I think Jey Uso hit Rey Mysterio with a splash to retain the tag titles for him and his brother Jimmy. Crazy matchup. The big question now is will there be turmoil within the Mysterios? Honestly, yes, because if you guys remember last night on SmackDown, Rey Mysterio's son Dom tried to help Rey pick up a victory, but that completely backfired. There's an old saying, just because it happened in the past doesn't mean it's bound to happen again. It's actually a true fact in this scenario because, well, Dominic Mysterio got kicked out and Rey Mysterio lost last night. Tonight they lost again, but I think this is perfect for Dom because by losing he can learn from his mistakes and focus on the future, and they want to be tag team champions again. Could we see that happen at our next pay-per-view, which will be Extreme Rules? Who knows? Only time will tell. Next up, originally we were supposed to have had Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair in a WrestleMania rematch, but because of some unknown reasons, Sasha Banks was not able to show up to SummerSlam, so Carmella took over. But right when the bell was about to ring, the man returns. Yes, Becky Lynch returns. And I had talked about this on the channel in several of my news videos over the last, 2 months, I believe. I talked about how there could have been a possibility that Becky Lynch might show up to SummerSlam. And it appears that I was right. Becky Lynch did show up and not only attacked Carmella, but also challenged Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's title. Bianca accepted. Right when they were about to shake hands, a punch to the face, and she hit Bianca Belair with the move that she calls the manhandle slam, or as you guys might remember, as the rock bottom, if you will. To win the SmackDown Women's title. This actually makes it her fourth SmackDown Women's title, I believe. Yeah, I believe this makes it her fourth SmackDown Women's title, making her a 5-time champion. I mean, it's awesome to see Becky Lynch back, but the way she won it, I don't know. The big question is, will she remain a babyface or will she become a heel like her now husband Seth Rollins? That is the big question here, which I will talk about Seth's match here in just a moment. But shoutouts to Becky, picked up a victory over Bianca. Will we see Sasha versus Bianca? Yes, we will. But I think what this will do, because that Becky Lynch is now the SmackDown Women's Champion, this ties so perfectly going into Extreme Rules, with Carmella having supposed to have challenged for the title, with Sasha Banks being the initial #1 contender, and with Bianca Belair having won her rematch for the title. We could very well see a fatal 4-way going into Extreme Rules at some point. Maybe it'll happen at Extreme Rules. Is it possible? Absolutely. Given the fact that it could be a fatal 4-way, no rules. No rules. Pinfall submission takes it. Plain simple. Plain and simple. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. But next up we have Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal, with the stipulation that both Shanky and Veer will be banned from ringside, while Drew McIntyre would be able to have his sword Angela, which he mentioned on Raw. I think it was like last week, like this, not this past Monday, but the previous Monday on Raw, that it was named after his late mother Angela, who passed away not too long ago. Which, rest God rest soul, God rest soul. Shout outs to Drew. My condolences go out to you, man. But crazy matchup. Not much to say about it except that McIntyre hit Mahal with a Claymore, picked up a victory. That was it. GG no re. GG no re. Veer and Shaky came out to help up Jinder Mahal. McIntyre picks up his sword. They bailed. They bailed. They bailed. Plain simple. Next up, we have the triple threat match for the Raw Women's title, as Nikki ASH, almost a superhero, defended against Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Back and forth matchup, non-stop near falls, but at the end of it all, Charlotte Flair made Nikki ASH tap out to the figure 8 to once again become Women's Champion. This actually makes it, I believe, now her 7th Raw Women's title. Add that to her 5 SmackDown Women's titles, her 2 NXT Women's titles, and her 1 Women's Tag Team title. Let's see, 7, 5, 2, and 1. So she is now a 15-time Women's Champion, counting the 12 women's titles that she has won between Raw and SmackDown, the 2 NXT women's titles that she has under her resume, plus the women's tag team title that she had won with Asuka last December, actually. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy to see Charlotte Flair once again become champion, but it was bound to happen at some point. It was bound to happen at some point. Alright, you guys, since we were on the topic of Becky Lynch, we move on to a match 7 years in the making. The Rated R Superstar Edge versus Seth Rollins. Again, a match that was 7 years in the making, and Edge came out with the entrance of the Brood. If you guys remember from 1998, 1999, Edge and Christian, who I guess now Christian Cage on, was it AEW? I don't know. Along with Gangrel, they formed the Brood. They would give bloodbaths to anybody who stood in their way. That signified psychological warfare, mind games, if you will, and that's what named Edge the Master Manipulator, the Ultimate Opportunist, the Rated R Superstar, all these different nicknames over the years. And he came out with the entrance music of the Brood, and then came out to his current music, which honestly was incredible, absolutely insane. But Seth Rollins was able to target the neck on numerous occasions. Edge brought back his patented Edgecution, his Edge-O-Matic move, and also the Educator, which was his sharpshooter-like maneuver. But the closing moments of the match, Seth Rollins was about to hit Edge with the stomp, which could have ended Edge's career like that. But Edge was able to grab the foot of Seth Rollins, put him in a crossface, And right when Rollins was about to break the crossface, Edge bounced Rollins' head onto the mat multiple times, put him in a sleeper while in the crossface, if you will. A simple tap, Edge wins. I mean, it's Edge. He always finds a way to win, no matter what. He always finds a way to win. And the last few matches that Edge has had since returning to WWE back at the Royal Rumble, he's always fell victim to a loss. This was a match that Edge needed to win, because by winning tonight, he could then put his focus back on Roman Reigns and the Universal Championship. And yes, I did say Roman Reigns because he did retain the title, but I'll explain how for those who did not watch. But yeah, now Edge can put his focus back onto the Universal title if he does so desire. Next up, we have the WWE title defended Raw's main event. The almighty Bobby Lashley, the iconic Goldberg, the Hall of Famer. This was hard hitting, and I believe I had mentioned this in my prediction video on Wednesday. I said that if the match goes quick, the match will favor Goldberg. If the match goes long, it favors Bobby Lashley, because Goldberg's cardio and his stamina could go down in an instant, and indeed it did. But unfortunately, Goldberg could not continue the match because MVP decided to hit Goldberg's leg with his cane, which allowed Lashley to hit a series of moves, punches and whatnot onto his leg. Goldberg could not continue, so the referee stopped the match. And right when Lashley kept hitting Goldberg with a massive amount of chair shots, Goldberg's son Gage came out, had him in a sleeper, but it completely backfired as Lashley put the Hurt Lock on Gage, and Lashley apparently MVP claims that he had no idea. I call bullshit. I'm just saying, I call bullshit. And yeah, that's about the worst of it. I know that there's gonna be a lot of people who's gonna comment below saying, "Oh, Gage deserved it," blah blah blah. Guys, Gage is only 15. He did not deserve that kind of beating. Let's just be real on that. But here's hoping that that Goldberg's son Gage is okay, and here's hoping that Goldberg makes a full recovery. Hopefully surgery may not be required. But we move on to the main event for the whole card. The Universal title defended. Roman Reigns defends against John Cena in a match that is actually 4 years in the making, going back to their last match at No Mercy in 2017. Cena said it himself, 1, 2, 3 is all it takes, and unfortunately, that did not come to pass. Even with 4 AAs, 4 attitude adjustments, Reigns kicked out of every single one of them, and the closing moments of the match, Reigns hit Cena with a wicked spear to retain the Universal title. But to end SummerSlam, you would think that, oh, Big E would come in, cash in Money in the Bank, it's done. No. We got to see this. Yeah. Brock Lesnar returns to WWE. This puts Paul Heyman at a very interesting crossroads, because if you guys remember, Paul Heyman was Brock Lesnar's advocate for so many years. Now he's working for Roman Reigns as a special counsel. So the big question is, who does Heyman side? Does he side with Roman Reigns, or does he side with Brock Lesnar? We will find out on Friday, because you know damn well Reigns is going to kick off. He's either going to kick off SmackDown or he's going to end SmackDown with a promo. I'm kind of surprised that we got to see Brock Lesnar back for the first time in over a year. Think about this. Over a year since WrestleMania last year, Night 2, when he lost the WWE title to Drew McIntyre. On a personal note, I was hoping that he would target Bobby Lashley because that's a match we want to see. Lashley versus Lesnar, that's a match that we all want to see. Reigns versus Lesnar, not so much. We've seen that match multiple times. Lesnar ends up winning it at the end of it all. So what's the point? What's the point? But we did get to see Brock Lesnar back. Hell of a crazy card. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. NXT TakeOver 36 is going to be a stacked card. If you think tonight's card was stacked, guys, tomorrow night NXT TakeOver 36 is going to be stacked. Which brings me to the question of the day. Or I guess technically question of the night, because it's like 9:30 at the time that I'm recording this. It's 9:30 at night right now. Which brings me to the question of the night. What are you guys' thoughts on the card, on the results, if you will, for tonight's SummerSlam, and also what are you looking to expect from tomorrow night at TakeOver 36? Let me know in the comments below, and that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button if you guys are new to the channel. You guys want more pay-per-view and TakeOver result videos in the foreseeable future. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description below. And if you guys have family you want to send me and want me to open up on the channel, my address will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out. Holy shit.